Hey, welcome back. In this one, we're going to be talking about isosceles trapezoids. So you may remember a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with two parallel sides. Okay, let's see here. There we go. And then two non-parallel sides. So these could be anything. All right, so that makes our trapezoid. Now, a particular feature of an isosceles trapezoid is the two non-parallel sides are the exact same length. So if I shrink it down so I can fit it on my screen a little better, that means this length and this length are exactly identical. And in fact, the reason they call it isosceles, you get the two sides that are the same, like an isosceles triangle. And if you were to extend this up, you actually would get it an isosceles triangle out of it, which is kind of cool. So if we look at it, these two the top and the bottom lines are parallel. These two side lengths are the same. So that tells us a couple interesting things. One is, because we have a transversal of parallel lines, we know that this line and this angle would be the same, which means that this angle and that angle, these two angles on the inside, they equal 180 degrees, right? Because that makes a linear pair right there, and this is the same as that. So that makes a 180 degrees. The other interesting thing we know is this angle here in this corner is exactly the same as that. So this is the same. And then the ones up top, because it's isosceles, right? The isosceles triangle would show that. The ones on the top are actually also congruent to each other. So you know those two things happen. Then the last bit of coolness about an isosceles trapezoid, again, this is isosceles, not every trapezoid, is if I have an isosceles trapezoid and I have it like this, the diagonals go across like that and across like that. So my diagonals are like that. And these two lines, the entire length of the line, are actually equal to each other. So the diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. And there's some other cool properties about it, but I think I'll stop there. So these are congruent, these angles are match, those angles match, these add up to 180. And there you have it. Boom. 3-minute math.